May all the acquaintance be.
I
Wait.
thought you were singing in Spanish.
Wait, I gotta find a note. Let all the acquaintance be forgotten. May all the acquaintance be forgotten. Holy time. Happy New Year, strangers. That's what, yeah.
I can't. I thought you were singing in Spanish when you first started. I was like, what is this?
I was in the wrong key at first. That's why. That's why. I'm Britt. Did I say that? Hi, I'm Britt.
And I'm Dee.
And welcome to another season 2, coming back true of
It's a Strange World after all.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, trying to survive, y'all. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm sorry if I sound.
Oh my God! I wish you could see this. Her face.
I was trying to scratch. Why do people do that? I was trying to scratch my nose without physically scratching my nose, so I did like the little mouth twitch. Like, why do people just scratch it if it is? That's what I did. Okay. The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the world strange. Hey, Dee. It's been a while.
I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I didn't know what you were gonna do.
Nothing. I'm just saying. Look,
Okay.
I'm just saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It has.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend? Good time off? Whatever. Well, not off, but
yeah. I kind of died a little bit.
Oh no. I feel you.
But I'm good now.
Well, you're here.
Better.
And surviving. Yeah. Back. And I'm black, y'all. That's how you're supposed to come back.
Oh, wait, what?
And I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. That's how you said you was going to come back.
Who, me? When did I? Oh, yeah, I did say that.
I mean, you did in the last episode.
But we haven't even gotten into it yet, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Wait. I have to say this.
Weighty.
It may not make it. But I am talking, dear white people. I'm talking in 2022. Can we just all black people don't look alike, okay? Let's just come to terms with the fact that all black people don't look alike. This lady, someone, I'm gonna, go easy on this. She came up to me and was like, you know who you look like? And when they hit you with a, you know who you look like? It's like,
stress.
They not gonna get it. I was like, no. You look like Oprah. I said,
what?
Yes, I said, oh my gosh. What? And because I'm trying to grow as a person, I said, maybe she really feel like I look like, in my mind, I was like, maybe she really feel like this. And I was like, so you mean I look like money? And she was like you could tell it was kind of awkward. And she was like, oh yeah. I said, I'll take that.
Wow.
I'll take that. But
first, you done went from Whoopi Goldberg, a young Whoopi Goldberg,
to
Whoopi Oprah.
I don't know. I said, I just don't. I'm done. I said I'm gonna start doing that to white people and see if it hit the same for them. Like I'm gonna just walk up to somebody,
but you know who you look like? Amy Schumer.
Just what?
That was the only white person I could think of.
I was trying to think of a dude. I was trying to think of a dude myself, but yeah, be like, you look like that. You look like Olivia from Law and Order, like just.
Oh
good
man.
times. Stay tuned for who else I look like from a white person, as told by white people.
I've never had a white person come up to me and tell me that I look like somebody.
Yeah.
Never. Thank God. If you are new here, we like to kick off this month, Black History Month, showcasing stories featuring Black men and women.
Dear Black people, you have been a fundamental part of American history for centuries. However, it can feel like your value, worth, representation, and contribution to this country is easily dismissed, distorted, and ignored. Just know that through the hardships, the disregard, the racism, through it all, your stories matter. Today, yesterday, tomorrow, and beyond.
Exactly.
Did I ruin it? Oh, okay, I was going to say that. Okay.
In today's episode, we discuss Anthony Porter, a Chicago resident who served 17 years on death row before he was exonerated in 1999 of the murder of 2 teenagers in 1982.
At about 1 a.m., Marilyn Green and her fiancé, Jerry Hillard, were shot and killed near a swimming pool in Washington Park on the south side of Chicago. Several witnesses identified 27-year-old gang member Anthony Porter as being involved with the crime or near the crime scene. And these several witnesses, they were from that community too. They weren't just like random people. I'm just setting that up like they all knew each other.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they were from the community. They identified Anthony, and in my opinion, it kind of seemed like they were describing him from like the descriptions and like the documentary. It seems like they were kind of describing him as like a bully.
Yeah.
He was connected to other robberies and was fighting people. Like he had almost beat a man to death.
Yeah.
The lot.
I think I remember that because it's been years since I saw the documentary, but sounds about right because of what's going to happen with some of the witnesses later. So yeah. One witness, William Taylor, who was swimming in the pool at the time of the shooting, initially said that he didn't see the shooting, but saw Anthony run past him shortly after hearing the shots. Later, he said that he did see Anthony Porter fire the shots. He was one of 6 witnesses who identified Anthony, including one who said he was robbed at gunpoint by Anthony earlier in the park. So Anthony was busy.
Yeah, he was. I said he was a bully. And then that William Taylor, he was their lead witness.
Yeah.
And I think this is what you were talking about earlier. And I'm sorry if you mentioned it somewhere else, I'll cut this part out. But he basically said he was terrified to testify against Anthony. Because at first I was like, why did he say that and then change his story? But he said that at first he said he didn't see him because he was terrified. He didn't know what he was going to do to him. Okay. Or his family. And then he went back. I was like, okay, no, I did. I'm going to tell the truth. I did see him.
Yeah, basically.
Police were given leads towards other suspects, but they appeared to only pursue Anthony Porter. After hearing he was under suspicion, Anthony turned himself in and was immediately arrested and charged with the murder of the 2 teens. He was also charged with 1 count of armed robbery, 1 count of unlawful restraint, and 2 counts of unlawful use of weapons. What is unlawful restraint? Like keep holding somebody again?
Yeah. I didn't sound too confident in that, but yeah.
I was like, I looked at you like, is that something we got to look up or you're for certain? Is that another we should have looked it up moment?
You can, but I mean, it sounds like holding somebody against their will.
This is what it sounds like. It does sound like that. Let me see.
I'm confident in that.
Well, are you willing to bet your soul on it?
Sure.
To me, to give to me.
Not to you. Because
Who
you
you
can't
gonna
do
give
nothing
it
for if Imma
to?
get oh, wait. Yeah. I'll give it to you. I trust you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, unlawful restraint happens when one person knowingly and intentionally restrains another person without that person's consent and without legal justification.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but okay. All right.
I know some
Good
stuff.
job. And you get to keep your soul. So
Oh,
good look at
yeah.
you.
I forgot all about that. After a short trial, Anthony was convicted of the murders. Judge Robert Sklodowski sentenced him to death, calling him a perverse shark. In February, what? Oh, I thought you were about to say.
Oh no, I just like perverse shark. Ugh.
Yes,
It's harsh.
it is. And deserved. And what?
You the judge. You can't be doing that. You the
Oh.
judge. At least make the man feel like, I don't know.
He's supposed to be like well, not unbiased, but kinda, yeah.
He is
Because you're
supposed to be,
not
yeah,
supposed to
he is
give like
supposed to
your
be unbiased.
personal opinions on.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how he felt.
Disrespect. Yeah, that's true.
In February 1986, an appeal to the Illinois Supreme Court was denied. The next year, an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court was also denied. Anthony continued to file appeals throughout the years, delaying the execution. That's kind of smart.
That is smart. So the appeals basically were not to say that he was innocent, but to beat the death sentence. Like, were they just trying to find a less harsh sentence, or were they trying to get off completely?
They were, of course, trying to delay the execution, but he
Right.
never. So even though he turned himself in, he never really confessed. So yeah, he's saying that he's innocent.
Okay.
He basically wants to get out of prison.
Right. Not like, oh, I'm just trying to get a lesser
Yeah,
sentence
it
or
may be a little bit of everything, but I think mainly to delay the execution.
In 1995, Anthony's defense counsel arranged testing of his mental capacity, and he was found to have an IQ level of 51, characterizing him as intellectually disabled. What is the highest? I'm not laughing. What's the highest you can get?
You know what?
What's the highest you can get?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I honestly don't know. I don't even know what my
What is
IQ
the
is.
highest? Who just tests their
Test-
test? My IQ, my IQ's a 51, and that ain't not bad.
Oh man.
What I was trying to say is who just tests for their IQ level is like normally is what I was trying to say. Maybe I need to get mine tested.
Me too.
His defense filed a new appeal on the grounds that Anthony was incapable of understanding his punishment by the death penalty. In late 1998, 48 hours before he was scheduled to be executed, the court granted another stay. This was due to his IQ level.
Yes.
So if anybody's wondering how to cheat the system, then no, I don't know if he cheated. I'm not going to say that. But
this was in the 90s though.
So you don't think they do that anymore?
Probably not.
I know you can do something where you make an appeal though to argue whether they were meant to.
Yeah, I know what you were trying to say.
I never spend no time. They would be like, get her out of here. She's not mentally capable at all.
Oh man.
Yeah. Go ahead, take it away.
Around this time, students in a journalism course taught by Northwestern University professor David Protest investigated Anthony Porter's case as a part of a class assignment for the Innocence Project of the Medill School of Journalism. The students assigned to the case gathered evidence through their investigation that exposed flaws in the prosecution.
So now this is involving the Innocence Project.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we'll get into it.
Okay. I was like, what you about to say? We got to get to a certain point.
Yeah.
To start just letting it out. To just start. I got so much inside. Okay. Student Tom McCann and private investigator Paul Ciolino spoke with William Taylor, who in December 1998 recanted his original statements. Remember, William Taylor is the same guy who initially said he didn't see, and then he said he did see Anthony Porter do the shooting. Now he is recanting the statement that said he did see him. Yes. Yeah. And if that sounds confusing, then I said it correct, because it is confusing. He said that Chicago police had threatened, harassed, and intimidated him into incriminating Anthony Porter. Paul Ciolino and Tom McCann didn't speak to any other of the original witnesses, nor did the detectives who investigated the case. I find this so odd, especially because there were so many witnesses from the original trial.
It was. I just thought about that. Why only him?
There were so many. I don't know. And then there were even, so like you have the ones that can say, oh, Anthony Porter, we saw him that night in the park. Then you have the ones that say, no, we saw him sitting in the bleachers. So you put him even closer. And you have at least two that claim that they actually saw him shoot him. Because you had William Taylor, and then the other guy, I think his name was like Kenneth or something like that, said that he saw him too.
Oh, yeah. So... yeah, something is not right.
Yeah, how are they able to even just get away with that? Like just using the one witness. It's weird.
True. On January 29th, 1999, Inez Jackson, the estranged wife of Al Story Simon, who was living in Milwaukee at the time, came forward to testify against him. Al Story had lived in Chicago in the 80s. Inez claimed that she was with Al Story when he killed Jerry Hillard in retaliation for skimming money from drug deals. She also said that she had never met or seen Anthony Porter. Her nephew, Walter Jackson, corroborated her story. Al Story allegedly fled to his apartment after he committed the murders. Ma'am.
I mean, okay, so... this could go either way, because now that I think about the whole William Taylor thing, it could have been that, let's go out on a limb and say he knew he didn't see Anthony Porter shooting the victims. He just maybe was trying to get him off the streets. I don't know, because he was so scared of him. Let's say that. And then he felt bad and is like, oh, well, actually, no, I'm not sure who I saw. And let's say now this Inez lady is coming out and saying, actually,
my ex-husband did it.
Yeah, my ex-husband did it.
But why is she saying this now?
Okay.
Where did she come from?
That's what I was about to say. Who the hell is Inez? Who are you? She doesn't even go here. Like, who are you? She literally came from nowhere. And yeah, like you said, where were you in the original trial?
Yeah. So many questions.
So many questions. Also, because when she does her first confession, they record her. I believe she's at home when she does her first confession. And she says that she specifically heard 2 shots being fired. Then they take her like back to the police station, because they have to do one there, and they always record those. She says, or I don't know, maybe that was a cross-examination. Let me not lie, but it was her second confession, because they have to make sure that you're consistent and stuff. She said that she didn't know, like she said that she heard, I think, 4 shots. And then they were like, well, in your previous statement, you said it was only 2 shots. And then she says, oh, I don't know, hell, and maybe no. She was like, no, I said maybe 3 or 4. But that's
what
not
she
what she
said.
said.
She said, "I don't know hell." Like, maybe
I think she maybe said it just like that. Go back and I don't know hell. Might have been 3 or 4. They were stressing her out. It was stressing me out too. How many shots, Inez?
Okay. I'm gonna, after we record this, well, not right after, but I am gonna find the documentary and watch it again, because I remember her first statement when, let me back up. When she was at home, and to me, she doesn't look like she could be trusted. I hate to judge people by how they
teeth. Can I leave this in here, or am I gonna have to cut that out?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're supposed to be
let's sleep on
Black
it.
people.
Look, I know. Look at this Black History Month. You said Anthony Sowell looked like a fish laughing.
You did not have to bring that up.
No, you know what? Yeah, I did. I was gonna say, but he was a predator. But you know what? We're gonna get back to Inez. So I'm
okay.
Is it her teeth? She deserved it. But go ahead. What were you?
She just didn't seem credible to me. I'm gonna just leave it at that. She didn't. Yeah.
She didn't. And where the hell did you come from? Why would you, if you know that, why would you let an innocent man go to jail? Unless, let's say, maybe you still had it. Because it's all hearsay. It's all, like it's all he said this, she said this, speculation.
Yeah, maybe because they were still married, she was trying to protect him.
That's what I was going to say.
And once they got divorced, she was like, well, I don't care no more. So that's petty.
Have you heard about petty spaghetti? Al's story was visited at his home in Milwaukee by private investigator Paul Cialino and others associated with the Innocence Project. On February 3rd, in 1999, 4 days later, All Story Simon went to the police and confessed in a videotaped session. Professor protests and the students introduced information from their investigation. After representatives at the Cook County State's Attorney Office saw the tape, it launched a new investigation into Anthony Porter's case. So, in this, and I'm using air quotes, confession tape, you can clearly see Al Story looking down as if he were reading something. Like he kept doing like this.
Yes. And so in this tape, he says that this is what he says in the documentary, I believe. So he had just got done doing crack, basically, when they came knocking on his door.
Yeah.
So he didn't know what was going on. And I think that's why they had to write it.
Oh, for him.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So he didn't know what he was doing. He was just doing what they told him to do because he was scared. He didn't know these people. They came to his house and he just got done doing crack, so he was paranoid.
Yeah. It was nighttime.
Yeah.
Black people already have a strained relationship with law enforcement. It's a pretty traumatic experience.
But it wasn't even, I think it was just the professor, the private investigator, and the student. So it wasn't even any real police.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like they came at him, though, because you have this investigator, and they came at him like accusing him of murder and saying basically he was gonna go to prison, and he was gonna die in prison. He was gonna get the death penalty, and it's like, whoa, what?
Yeah, intense.
Also, in that documentary is the murder. What is it? Murder in the Park.
A Murder in the Park. Yeah.
Yeah. In the documentary, they all. I was trying to find it in my notes. That's why, but keep it like moving. Oh, they also taped the video at his home. So they get that confession like while he's at home. Same thing. And then they do another one, at the police station. But that confession while they were at home, they turned that into the media before they ever even released it to the police.
Yeah.
And so it was like basically the media launched it and was calling for his head basically, and the police were just like, oh, I guess we have to act. So that's crazy too. I was also gonna say that Paul guy was really greasy, really grimy, and
the investigator.
Cialino.
Yeah.
And that he was caught, I think he was caught on tape actually, when they were saying that he was basically saying, oh, I can do, when I'm interrogating someone, when I'm trying to get a confession out of someone, I can basically do or say whatever I need to get whatever confession I need to get out of them. So I can make them say whatever I want to, basically, was what he was saying.
You know what?
What?
I could just be making this up, but didn't they say that, I believe he hired, the professor or either the investigator hired actors to pretend to be the police when they went there to get the confession?
Yeah, I thought I think I remember that too. If we're wrong, whatever, we're human. But I think I remember that too.
That is crazy.
It's extra.
If you got to do all this, clearly the man that's in jail now is not innocent. If you have to do all this to prove his innocence, he's not innocent.
That, and also my question would be why? Like the big why. Like, what is someone up for election? I mean, I know what it is, but my question would be why.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. I'd be like, why they doing all this for?
Yeah.
Even if I was whatchamacallit, even if I was Anthony, I was like, I'd be like, what y'all doing this for? Like, am I gonna have, what do I have to do? I know he's trying to get out, but
yeah. I was gonna say he's not gonna stop it.
I don't trust the white man.
2 days later, Anthony was released from prison on bail after spending 17 years on death row. Within the next month, the state dropped the charges against him. In 1999, Al Story Simon was formally charged with the 2 murders. That September, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder and was sentenced to 37 years in prison.
Al Story.
Yeah. All because his ex-wife was, what was her, why?
Inez.
Why? Inez.
Child, I don't know. In 2005, Inez Jackson and her nephew, Walter Jackson, recanted their statements that implicated Al Story. At this time, Inez was on her deathbed. They admitted to fabricating their stories in order to get money and receive help from Professor Protest to free Inez's son, Sonny Jackson, and her nephew, Walter, from prison. When Walter first became involved in the case, he was incarcerated for first-degree murder. He was incarcerated with Anthony, right? They were in the same prison.
Were they?
Or no. Or Sonny Jackson. Which one? One of them, either her nephew. Which one is her nephew? Walter Jackson.
Yeah.
He was in this. So the way that they set it up was that he was in the same prison, and like what they believed happened is that what like the people that did the documentary thinks happened is that Anthony put a hit out on Walter, basically, like to have him like murdered, like shanked, and he made it look like he saved his life, or maybe he did actually save his life in like a yard or something, and he basically was like, okay, what you need me to do for you? Oh, okay, I need you to do a favor.
Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
It's like some TV stuff. It's like some stuff you see in TV or the movies that could probably happen in real life, but
yeah,
but it's actually happened in real life. I was like, how? What, does this really happen? Like, niggas is grimy. Like, they shady.
Man.
That's shady.
Yeah. Al Story recanted his confession. He said that he was pressured into making a false statement by private investigator Cialino and another man. He claims they posed as police officers and showed him a videotape of an actor pretending to be a witness, that's what it was, who implicated him in the crime. They promised him a short prison sentence and a movie deal if he confessed.
Al Story. What is his IQ? Did they test his IQ? I'm not trying to be.
I don't think they did, but
I don't think he was.
I don't think they could have anyway because he was a crackhead. Oh, wait, hold on.
And they
He
said,
was doing drugs.
they said
So
he was not even doing crack. Crack is whack. They said he was doing cocaine. He said crack is cheap.
oh,
Number
my
one.
bad. My bad.
But no.
I apologize.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it really feels like
Okay.
he was not competent enough, or like he just did not understand everything that was being thrown at
Yeah.
him. Cause it's like, at first, I was like, a movie deal. Like you falsely like admitted to a murder for a movie deal. But then I watched a documentary and I was like, oh, okay, it's starting to feel like they set him up, like from the confrontation, and then understanding like his state of mind, like you said, the drugs, because that takes time to,
Yeah.
and sometimes that's like permanent damage to your brain cells.
They didn't try to set her. They did set him up.
Yeah, that's what it
allegedly. We can't really say that, but
that's what it feel like set up.
We know, yeah. Yeah.
Then they tried to say that he was a key suspect in another murder.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yes, another. I think it happened in Milwaukee too.
Oh,
yeah, but then it turns out, so that scared him even more because they were like, "You're gonna have 2 murders under your belt. You're really gonna die. You're gonna get the death sentence."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Man, yeah. Anybody can fall prey to that."
Yeah.
Professor Protest and private investigator Paul Ciolino denied the allegations. They say that all Story's claims are false, and they believe that he is guilty of the murders. In 2011, Northwestern University placed Professor Protest on leave after finding out he had deliberately falsified evidence related to a subpoena issued by Cook County for his records in a different wrongful conviction case. He resigned from the university and by 2014 had become the head of the Chicago Innocence Project.
Okay. So so their main piece of evidence that got Anthony Porter, that got the I guess you could call it put doubt in everybody's mind that like maybe the witnesses are not credible. So they got a blueprint of the building where the swimming pool was.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was like this pillar or something like that that's there now. And they were saying, well, if the witnesses were sitting on the bleachers, they couldn't have seen anything because that would have been blocking their view. And that was the main reason that they even looked back into the case. Come to find out that it wasn't even right there back then.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
How hard is it to fact check that?
I don't know. I was thinking that too.
And I think they kind of made it seem like they knew that it wasn't right there, but they went ahead with it. So
was like, oh, we're gonna try
all of them are shady. Yeah. The professor and the students, all of them were shady.
Yeah. I think, I guess it's what someone was saying, I can't remember who was saying, was that they basically weren't faulting the students because they felt like they were just following orders from the professor and like doing what they thought they were supposed to do in order to win the case. I don't know, but I do agree. It is kind of like
you see all these inconsistencies. I can't even talk.
Yeah, but come on down to this.
I ain't even gonna try to say that again.
Consistency.
You see all of this stuff is not matching up. And you're not speaking up about it. Cook County State's Attorney Anita Alvarez conducted a year-long investigation of Al Story Simon's case. She vacated the charges against him and ended his 37-year sentence in October 2014. He had served 15 years. That is sad.
That is ridiculous is what it is.
All because you had a petty ex-wife and you had this professor who I think he just wanted to make a name for himself.
Okay. I think so too. So Anthony Porter was the 10th exonerated death row case since like 1997 in Chicago when capital punishment was reinstated like in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And then Illinois banned the death penalty like just about a decade later, but that's about how long it would have taken to like push that through, like push a law like that through. And so yeah, so people are thinking that they were just trying to be or get the credit as being the ones, because he took over the Innocence Project, so he wanted the credit of being the one to end the death penalty in Chicago. And he needed his case to do it. He ain't shit. Is that what you was about to say?
Yes.
No, he ain't. He really ain't. And that's crazy though, because that's what they do. Like, you know what I mean? That's what they do. And it's like you hear stories, or again,
and by they we mean, and
you don't have to say they know they know who they are. Those types of days, because there are other types of days. Them.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like it literally is like you watch stuff and you're like, that could never, like, that could not happen. That is so far, like, that's so far fetched. And then it's like literally it happened. They were making bribes.
Like, yeah, I would say this documentary and Abducted in Plain Sight, I was like, this is not true.
Yeah.
This is not happening.
Like, it can't.
Yeah, and I had to, both of these documentaries, I paused in the middle of the documentary and was Googling, like, this could not have happened. And
especially, not to be funny, but I was like, he got off. How did a black man get off from this? Like, but really they just replaced him with another black man. So I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they're disposable. Go ahead and take this one nigger off. And then, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not. That's how I feel though. You see what I'm saying? Like, take this one nigger off, and then we'll just replace him with another.
That's what it is though.
Like slave, like legit, like slaves. Yep. Like, that's crazy. That's how you can tell I be getting emotional. I always go, that's crazy. Let me stop before it get too real.
I was about to say. But I mean, it's the truth though.
It is the truth for you to not care about, like, for you to have such little regard for not human life, but for black human lives, that you will play with these people's lives. Like, oh, they're poor, they're on drugs, it don't matter.
And then the students, it was like 5 of them, right?
Yeah.
Were they all white, or was it like one black person?
I can't even tell you. I thought they were all white. I don't remember either. There may have been one black chick. I don't know. I would have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch it again, and then like once this episode comes out, if I like find something new, I could like put it in the comments or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
For sure.
Yeah, because researching this was just, first of all, confusing.
Yeah, it is.
It was like so much, and I'm like, white folk, like when white people get involved, let's just keep going.
White people get involved. It's a shit show. That's funny. After Al Story was exonerated, he filed a federal civil rights suit against the Northwestern University Innocence Project, saying people associated with it had deceived and coerced him into a false confession, which resulted in him serving 15 years in prison.
I wonder, did he end that?
You know what? I don't know. Or is it still ongoing? Let's look at it.
Oh,
I know that what's his face? I can't think his name. He ain't even, I don't care about your raggedy ass no more. Anthony. I couldn't think of his name. Anthony Porter. I know that he try to file a suit and then they denied it. It's like, nah, it ain't enough to say that you didn't do this. So no, brother.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Like, this nigga little ponytail. Look, with his little ponytail, his little middle school, when you start doing your hair for the first time, ponytail. They say, I need reparations. I shouldn't be here. I done spent 15 years of my life.
This nigga had the audacity. I was like, sir.
Like, you just got away with murder, allegedly. Literally, allegedly. You just got away with murder. And you had the nerve. Just like you had a nerve to ask for some more. Like, I thought, can I get $1 million?
I ain't even mad at him because
I'd have made stuff up. Yeah, I don't know. I had got hemorrhoids while I was in there. I can't see out of my left eye because I just be just adding stuff. That'll be another 20,000.
Oh my God, we are going to hell.
It was just such a stressful experience. Oh my God. I don't even remember how this stemmed. Like, what did I say? I was looking up. What did I say? Oh, if Our Story had a lawsuit. They probably didn't get neither one, or they probably was like, never mind, y'all got out. Like, yeah, you spent 15, but hey.
I mean, he should have got something.
He certainly should have, but okay, so the first 25 million defamation countersuit was filed in April 2016, but dismissed in January 2017 because he did a total of $40 million. Second was filed.
He should have did more than that.
Yeah. The second was filed in January 2018. Okay, it's still pending. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say it was probably still pending. So
he better get his money.
Yeah. Better have my money.
The question of who actually committed the double murders is still unanswered, with many believing that Anthony Porter got away with murder. A 2014 documentary, A Murder in the Park, was based on Anthony's conviction, Al Story's confession, and speculation on whether Anthony was truly innocent. It's a good documentary. Y'all should watch it.
It is a really good documentary. I will agree. It was a lot. It was a journey. I was just like, oh my God.
Yes, it was.
This is real life. In July 2021, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office said that Anthony Porter died of anoxic brain injury, probable opioid toxicity, and ruled the death an accident. He was 66 years old.
Would that be an accident?
Oh,
he just died of a brain, whatever.
What is that? Like a opioid overdose? Is that what opioid toxicity? Okay. So that would mean that he didn't do it on purpose. It would mean
they should have said an accidental overdose.
Oh, you got to jazz it up. So when you tell the family, oh no, it was an anoxic brain injury, probably opioid toxicity.
Okay, so your final thoughts.
Why? No, you go first. Why I always gotta go first? Go first.
I thought we go back. I'll go first.
Maybe we go back.
I feel like those white people should just mind your own business. I mean, they got it right the first time. The person who was supposed to be in prison was in prison, and then this professor who wanted to make a name for himself saw this as an opportunity to do that, and I mean, we're talking about it now, so he succeeded.
Yeah, that's true.
And I wonder if he's still the head of the Innocence Project.
I don't know, but I know he's a buster. Not. I hope not either.
So my final thoughts is obviously this all could have been avoided.
You know what? This is gonna sound bad. I wouldn't have even really felt no type of way if they would have just got him off. Like if they just would have just got Anthony off, even though he was still guilty, I wouldn't have even felt bad because I would have been like, you know what?
I agree.
Look at you, bro. Look, I see you. I see you. But the fact that an innocent person had to go down, another innocent black man had to go down for it, it was kind of like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all. So it feels so unrealistic, and they should have just minded their own business because I don't know where they came from. I don't know where the hell Inez came from.
Where did she come from?
This is the whole situation of like why people had an issue with what's the movie with Queen and Slim? It's like why did our own people have to sell us out? But in this case, they sold him out. So
yeah,
think about that. We got to stand together, people.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
This was a good one.
This was a good one. It was a good start. Good start to the season.
Glad to be back. It feels like it's been so long.
It really does, but it hasn't been. Like,
I know.
But it does feel really, really long. Like, even at the point now, it still feels like it's
because technically
there's
we
still
still
like
on a break. Yeah.
But
whole nother almost a whole month.
Yeah. But that's good. That means you missed, because that means you love what you do and you missed it. Because when you're on vacation from your regular job, it's not long enough. Like, it's like, ugh.
Exactly.
You've been off for 3 months. Felt like 3 days. It felt like 3 days.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast, Twitter at Pod Strange World, and on Facebook and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. Also, turn on those notifications for our Instagram posts so that you can keep up with our hashtag Myth Mondays and hashtag Strange Saturdays posts.
And I believe, I'm going to say it because then that way we have to do it. We're gonna also this month. Well, also this month, we had already talked about it. For the month of February, we're going to do like killer couples. We didn't decide though if we were gonna do those as bonus episodes, but we don't have a Patreon, or if we're gonna do those like maybe replace Strange Mondays, Myth Mondays, or Strange Saturdays with it. Or we could even add an extra day, but then I feel like that's going to be a lot on us.
Yeah, that probably will. Because we still have regular jobs. So
yeah, that's true. By the time this comes out, we'll have it, and you'll have it, and you'll know it, and damn it, it'll be great. Killers couples coming
and I already have the first couple. Ooh. I just thought of it just now.
We would love to hear from you. We love hearing from you. If there is anything in the world of strange or any true crime cases that you would like for us to cover, let us know. We are still accepting those submissions. Have you ever heard a strange bump in the night? Have you ever seen shadow figures moving about? Have you ever stumbled upon something unexplainable? We want to know about it, and with your permission, share it with our listeners. Again, you can send those email submissions to itsastrangeworldafterall@gmail.com or DM us at any other social media platforms Dee mentioned, even if you just want to say I didn't know if I wanted to say, like, if I still wanted to just say, even if you just want to say, hey, we'll be there. Because, like, we still here. We still waiting on y'all. So, yeah, even if you just, let me be honest. So, even if you just want to say, hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back. Happy New Year. We'll be here.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
And thank you, as always, for keeping it strange with us and coming into 2022 with us. We appreciate it.
We sure do. Thank you.
We saw y'all strange asses again.
Oh, you're stupid.